turn that on.
Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Paul Spiritualist Church. Looking forward to a lovely afternoon, and welcome to all those online as well. Thank you for joining us today. I know we're going to have a lovely service because we've got our dear Laurie. So,
Really?
yes,
You've got more faith than I have.
of course. I was going to say, it's been on and off. I've known Laurie quite a few years. I know a little bit about his background, but especially this year, I think he's been really inspirational to us all. So I'm really looking forward to this afternoon. So thank you, Laurie.
Well, no pressure.
No.
Thank you, Tony.
So with that, obviously, just remind you if anyone's got a mobile phone in the room to turn it off. And with that, I'm going to ask Laurie for the opening prayer. Thank you, Laurie.
Lovely. Thank you, Tony. And good afternoon, everybody. We may be small in numbers here, but we are where we need to be at this time. And a special welcome to all of those watching us online as well. And a lovely Pauline for hosting in the room today. So without further ado, and stop me encroaching on your territory, Tony, tell me to shut up. You're the chairman and I'm not, so force a habit. If you could just join me in prayer, just find that quiet space within. Touch on that divine thread which runs through us all and through all creation. And we ask, Divine Spirit, we look to you at this time for support, for guidance, for strength. Help us too to remember that all those qualities reside within us also. For we are all one, we are all connected, we are all in service to each other and to ourselves. So we would ask that enlightenment come flooding in to the minds of mankind to help uplift, soothe, heal and comfort. I would ask this day that me as your medium and as your friend and guide, that my mind be stilled, become that of clear water, so that all that is cast upon it be reflected truly and without hindrance and without change from thoughts of my own. And we now place this service in thine loving care and keeping. Amen.
Amen. Please join me in the Lord's Prayer. Our
Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thine will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread.
And forgive us our trespasses, as
We forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not when in temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, the power and the glory, forever and ever. Amen.
Thank you, Lord. Sorry.
That's all right.
You're reading an address now, please.
Yes,
Sorry,
please.
yeah. Sorry, I've got the wrong glasses on.
Don't apologise, Tony. You're doing a wonderful job. Thank you so much. So, my reading today comes from Light from Silver Birch. The law of cause and effect is basic, fundamental, and unalterable, because you can reap only what you have sown. Effect must follow cause with mathematical accuracy. It cannot be otherwise. In turn, the effect becomes the cause by which another effect is set into motion, producing yet another cause. The process is a constant one, The flower will always be true to its seed. Throughout the vast variety of the phenomena of nature, everything, small and large, simple or complex, follows the law of cause and effect. None and nothing can interrupt that sequence. If effect did not follow cause, your world, the universe, and the vast cosmos would be chaotic. The Great Spirit, God, the Deity, the Supreme Power, would not be the summit of love, wisdom, and the perfection of all that exists. The universe is ruled by divine justice. If at a stroke by reciting some words said to have religious and spiritual significance, you could obliterate the result of some wrong you have done, then that would be a criticism that the natural law was not perfect in its operation, but unjust because you could change its pattern. Nature must follow its ordained path, oblivious to man's desire. It has its task to perform, and will continue to do so. When man works in harmony with nature, he reaps the results. Nature can be profligate in abundance. It has to offer to those who will work in harmony with it. Whenever man tries to exploit nature, to bend it to his will, he is attempting to interfere with the infinite process of creation. The result must be disastrous for him. Man must be blamed for his own folly. Nature will continue to fulfill its ordained purpose. The law is the law. The law operates with complete impartiality and indifference to man's demands. The buds, the blossoms, and flowers show themselves as part of the natural law. The law is cause and effect, the sequence that is unalterable. If you do anything wrong, you pay for it. If you do anything good, you are the better for it. It is very simple. We bring all the power that we can muster and try to get you always on the path of rectitude. We do not always succeed. We are dealing with imperfect human beings, and there are no perfect ones in your world. Perfection exists only with the Great Spirit. We do not expect you to behave impeccably. We know that you will make mistakes. We know you will do the wrong things sometimes because you are human and fallible. But because we love you, we do our best to help you. Sometimes we have to stand aside and let you choose what you will do. At other times we impress you to the utmost limits of our ability to ensure that you will not do anything wrong, which would impede or mar how you must act to fulfill yourselves. It can be said of the vast majority of people in your world that there is a far more goodness than badness, more virtue than vice, more honesty than dishonesty, more service than disservice, and more altruism than selfishness. I was searching for a reading, and that one picked up quite a few threads. Excuse me one moment. That one picked up quite a few threads of so many of the energies. I'm sure a few of you, if not most of you, are just picking up on the energy of the time, not through what's pumped to us on the TV or through the media, but through talking to people and by just hearing those little phrases, those little words being said and thinking, that's what I'm thinking, that's where I'm coming from, that's what I understand. Because there has been so much being poured into this world by Spirit and through Spirit's ministry to us, and trying to bring around that awareness, that awakening within us all, that we are one and part of nature, we are one and part of this world, we are one and part of all creation. with that comes responsibility. With that, and a phrase that I was using a lot last year, comes that time when we need to grow up. We need to grow up morally. We need to grow up physically. We need to grow up spiritually. We need to be adults now. We need not be able to turn our back on things that we see within this world which we know are inherently wrong. And yet we always look to a leader or a figure or someone to come in and save us. But that saving grace, that saving energy comes from within each and every one of us. It is our part to be in this world. It is our part to look after this world, to look after our fellow man, to look after nature, to look after all things. That comes from us. That is nothing that we can wish that somebody would do for us. Because by doing that, we are then depersonalising, we're stepping away from that responsibility. But the responsibility does lie within each and every one of us. It is there, and it is doable. We often say, often hear, what can I do? Those of you who know me know one of my favourite sayings, each and every great civilization, each and every great religion, each and every great way of life, all started with one person. And we're at that time again. There's a lot of old arcane energies abounding in our world now. And if turning those energies and what's going on in the world, we need to bring those into ourself. Bring everything back to self. Find that peace within. Find that balance of justice that's within. Not to join in with this tumult and this shouting and this the discord that goes on. We've seen our nation divided since Brexit, since the beginning of the virus. With all things, it's division. But we need to put aside those divisions. We need to live and let live, as the old saying goes. We need to find that peace within and carry on with our own pathways. Carry on with which we know is inherently right for us. And look towards God. Look towards your spirit guides, your helpers. Whatever your title for the assistance you receive from without, it matters not. They're all one and the same. Find that inspiration, find that strength, find that character, and express it in gentle ways. Look towards each other, support each other. Be it through assistance, a smile, or a kind word, it matters not. Sending your thoughts out into the further world. Ask for assistance and support to those leaders that we have at this time. Regardless of your view or your politics or your understanding, they are the ones who are in power at this time, and they need that support. For when we act in goodness, when we act in love, when we act in healing, whichever banner that healing comes under, we're growing and enriching our spirit. Because we are all here at this time to learn. This time, this life is just a part of the thread of the one life that we lead. That life that has spanned eternity. And this is a time of learning. This is a time of progression, but also regression, because we have that free will. So bring in the positive outlook. And if you can't be positive, lay aside the negative. But always act in accord with the natural laws. Everything has cause and effect. As it said there, when we do good, we are looked after and rewarded. When we do bad, we bring it upon ourselves. Look at the different levels, be that in mind, body, spirit, thought, deed or word. I know myself, when I type out things sometimes in Facebook, I look at it and think, no, that serves no purpose. That only serves to denigrate, that only serves to bring around discord, so don't post it, leave it out. And if more and more people could start to adopt this policy of, instead of attacking, 9 times out of 10 we attack because we're defending, and just let life go. We are one life. We live forever. For all the years that you've been attending these spiritualist churches and centres, receiving your messages of that continuous life, those loved ones drawing close, bringing their evidence, their confirmation to your truth, to your understanding, to your way of life, that this life is but a fraction of the whole life that we live, that there is no death. And with the understanding and with the realization that that is true, it brings immense power, brings immense understanding that this life is important, this life is progressive, this life is where we can act and we can do, and we can be judged by our actions and our deeds in a good light. I leave you now with just a little reading from another book. Let men and spirits then argue or explain. They can only teach you to the limits of their own knowledge, and beyond that again are limits none can reach. How can any pretend to show you the ultimate end of that which has no end, or sound the great depths of an infinite thought which has no bottom? Thank you for listening.
Thank you, Laurie. Thank you, Laurie. That was very apt and obviously for the today, isn't it? And you never fail to disappoint, I would say.
Frightened.
Inspirational.
Oh,
Inspirational,
right.
thank
Go for
you.
Inspiration, not frightened.
I can never find the right word where I want it, never mind. Right, we now go to the part of our service for healing, absent healing, as at the moment we can't actually put hands on, but everybody is capable of healing. The empathy, the sympathy you give to a child when it's fallen and grazed its knee, the simple thought you have when someone crosses your mind, that's the energies that you're sending out and supporting those, as I said, that come to mind. So at this moment I ask you just to sit quietly, just to rest. Concentrate on your rhythm of your own breath, and we'll do a short meditation. Just follow your own breath in your own little world, sending out the thought to those that you know that need healing, to family, to friends, to loved ones, to colleagues, but also all those that are supporting many people under this pandemic. And obviously don't forget yourself. Just take yourself to your own space. Imagine a path leading in front of you. It may be leading to the lake, or leading to the woodlands, or the beach. Bring nature close. Let it envelope you as the healing energies support you and surround you. And letting the healing energies ripple out to all those it may come in contact with. Just soak up the nature energy and just rest, following your own rhythm of breath. Dear Father, we thank you for the energies given and the energies sent out. We thank you for the patience, the strength, the healing and the protection that is given to all those concerned. And we ask you to send the energies around the world to help support those that need your help, to support us as we go through our daily life. And we thank you for being there. Amen. Thank you, everyone. That leaves me to ask Laurie for the demonstration.
Swap.
Next week.
Oh, all right.
Thank you, Laurie.
Pleasure. Good afternoon again, everybody. One of my standards upon the platform is identify. If you go to somebody you know, identify that fact. I know you all, except with the exception of this lovely lady here, so just please understand that, yes, I'm publicly acknowledging I know most of you, however, I do not know everything about you. Nikki, darling, can I speak to you, please? You can if you want. I am aware physically of your sister who has passed over, but I am also aware now spiritually of your sister coming through here. In fact, with the character starting to build, she wasn't going to wait. She was straight in there and healing, and I had to say, well, wait a minute, and that was a little bit of a challenge, shall we say. Is this correct for your sister? Yes, because she was like, no, I'm here and I want to talk. And I said, well, you're going to have to wait, and that's it. Very cooperative. Although I get on the essence of her, she draws closer, a very front. Yeah, this is one character, the first character that people see, and right, nice sense of humour. Yeah, she's laughing because she knows what I'm going to say about her. Yeah. You had this front that a lot of people would have found quite difficult to get through. Is that correct?
Yes.
Yeah. However, once you got behind, it's a bit like a tea cake I'm seeing. You know, you get the hard shell and then you get the marshmallow centre. That's the way it's just been shown. Because she had got heart of gold, as with yourself. She would, family. Why are you here, darling? Family is so strong. Tell me why you're here today, please. Recognise as you talk now. She's talking about a sun energy on the earth still, left here, and she's a little bit fretful about him at the moment. There's, I need to put that in another way. She's concerned that he's getting a little bit wild since her passing. There's been an element with him and certainly a change in his circle of associates on the earth that she's airing a little bit of caution over with him. She said, I'm trying to do my best to talk to him because he is actually a little bit aware, this chap, she's telling me. There is an awareness with this guy. Yeah. And she's saying, I am trying to do my best to talk to him. She said, but the emotions, because the grieving process still hasn't quite finished there. There's still a lot of things that are confusing and confounding the mind. And he's dismissing it as his fancy that his beloved mum is talking to him. So why are you telling Nikki that? She's talking to you and asking you, could you find it in yourself to just sit and talk to him and just say, you know what, a lot of what you are feeling actually is your mum. Because I really feel like this, okay, she's showing me around him. You know, like I said, the tea cake thing,
Yeah.
Very similar
Yeah.
with him, and but this outer coating's thickened up. It's I've got 4 layers of chocolate on now instead of 1. She's into her tea cakes because I like this. It's great. Yeah, and he's sort of like overcompensating in a way of the loss of his mother, and this is a bloke disease. We don't show up, you know, we're men, we don't do that. I know all the ladies agree, none of the men will. But yeah. And this is part and parcel of where you may be able to assist, to let him have that little vent, that little stopgap of pressure, because she just showed symbolically there, like a steam engine. Is there a link here with steam railway back in the family? Is it yes or a no?
Yes. Had to think yes.
Yeah, yeah. Because whoever that is, that's a gentleman bringing that part in, there was a device that released the pressure, and I know that because I used to work on railways, and that's why they showed that to me. Anyway, enough of me, more about you. And this lovely lady here, stop talking, Lauren, where are you going with this? So with the sun, there is this need to release a little bit of that pressure. She said it will do in time, she said, but I'd just like it done now. Because, again, this is part and parcel of her character. Why put off to tomorrow what you could do today? And she's talking about jobs left undone in the garden. As we were talking about that, you understand that? Yeah, she's laughing about it now. She said, well, I wouldn't have been laughing if I was still here, I'll tell you. She said, I would have been out there, arms folded, going, come on, come on. I don't care if it's snowing, dig that hole. But do you know what? The energy that's coming through with her, I as a person am aware of the time of this type of passing, but that, gone. Because this energy is really strong and it's really clear as well. Oh, okay. This clarity, she's just saying, is because I lost my clarity. I couldn't convey, I couldn't communicate, I couldn't talk. She said, but bang, it's all back because I've just got like 120% vision on you here, and the colours are, you know, and that's wonderful, wonderful to say, you know, that's all gone, that's all gone. A bit close. Sorry. Going to clear the church if we do that. Oh, sorry. You know I love you. You know I've always loved you. And yet, there were times, was there some big issue about a soft toy or something?
Oh, no.
Oh, yes. She laughed when she's thrown that in.
Oh,
It's almost like this toy got pulled in half or something.
no,
But
she dropped the hand of it. It was a plastic monkey. She dropped the hand of it right on my toenail that I just had removed the day
Nice.
before.
Nice. She's just bringing that back as, you know, yeah, it wasn't always, you know, as we'd like it. But the strength of that message of, you know I love you. I've got Dad with me.
Yes, thank you.
I've got Dad with me as well. She said, for better or worse, I've got Dad with me. She's just said, all right, a bit more then, please, darling. Come on, I'm giving you my time. From what she's saying, Dad could be a little manageable or require managing. And this is what she's saying, but she said, he actually, she said it was so nice to see him. She said he was the first. Oh, nice, thank you. He was the first. He was the first, he was there. And I've got a bigness with Dad as he's just stepping in there. Yeah, he's not interrupting her, he's frightened of her. She's the one up front, but I am aware of Dad's energy just coming in the back there, but I do know I've got a big chat with this guy, and I've also got a very, when I say a one-track mind, I would have an opinion or a view, and it would be very, very difficult to get me out of that. If I said it, and even to the point of whatever I was saying was totally disproven, I would still adhere to it because I'm right. Another man, another gentleman's issues, but yeah. Back to you, my darling. Please step back in. Sorry. Thank you. Who's Richard?
Son-in-law.
Right, she's just called out, say hello to Richard.
My son-in-law.
Right, she's just said, say hello to Richard. And again with Richard, I just feel we're all uneasy at the moment. We're all feeling the effects one way or the other. But I feel with Richard, I'm lost. I feel lost at the moment. And again, because of your strength, you get the vote from everybody on that side. But don't forget, with what you know about this understanding, to invite spirit in. Invite them in. When we have to have these talks, beforehand, just quietly say, I invite you in, come in, please add your energy to it. Because, I do it, go marching in, right, I'm going to do this, that and everything else. It didn't work, and I think, yeah, I never invited spirit in. Because I was doing that, not we. Huge amount of, what's this? I know we were talking about the DAFs out the front there, but there's a huge bunch of DAFs coming in, and it's vast. I can't even encompass it, the size of it being brought forward to you. All right, and what's going on with your ankle?
I broke it last year, and I didn't realise it was broke until about 3 months later.
Yeah, because I know that she's there getting the healing. I've just seen the blue lights going around it as well. All right, so again, yeah, so much evidence that they're around you. Wonderful.
Thank you.
Is that it? Can I go now?
No, carry on.
Okay.
Thank you. Time to bill. I have to be kind because otherwise next week.
Yeah, get revenge. Thank you. Back to somebody else. Forward. Marion, may I speak with you, please? I know we have only just met, and I did say when we were talking, don't tell me any more. I do feel a gentleman coming in here. He's not given me his identity as yet. Please give me your characteristics, sir, and build up on that. As I'm sensing more and more this energy that's coming into mine here, I do feel I want to slow down a lot. I do feel I want to be, I describe people in two categories. They come in a room and it's like, ta-da, here I am, or they come in very quietly. This gentleman I definitely want to put in on that quiet energy. There is a gentleness and a softness with him. I'm thinking, I'm also feeling my face is a lot more leaner and slightly more elongated than mine. As I'm just becoming aware of him. I do sense as well there's quite a pallor about this gentleman towards the end. It was like a loss of colour throughout on the face there. That's fine. A little bit more, please. Come on, come closer, come closer, come closer. I do feel strongly as well that this is this gentleman's first time of actually coming through here as he's working, because there is, unless I'm misreading this as part of his character, okay, I'm misreading. Part of his character he was a little bit timid. I know we've already established a quiet, but there is also a timidness about this gentleman. As you've already seen of me, I can be described as many things, but certainly not timid. So this is a new sensation for me. But there is this timidness with him as well. But please make yourself known. I can need more and more from you. He is making me now stand up. And let's go back in your path. Thank you. He is now making me stand up because I've asked him to go back a little bit earlier in life. And although I have got that quiet nature, and it's a bit of a contradiction. I've got a timid side, but I've also got quite a strong inner sense of being here. So whether I've mislaid this timid as part and parcel of this quietness, which is my error, but as I know when I go back to more in the prime with this gentleman, I've got almost like a core of iron going through me because I've got this great strength within. And actually, I didn't let that out too much. I just used it for me. People would say things about me. He is taking me now into a working environment, and I know I would have had to use the grey matter quite a lot in the working environment. I'm seeing paper in the table there, and I can't quite see yet if this is either written paper or drawings paper, but I know the paperwork would have been a very pertinent part to that working career as well. I do also feel a love of nature coming in here and quite a good gardener energy coming in because I'm looking at flowers and I'm hearing the names, which is great because I don't know the names. Can you understand this gentleman coming forward, please, Marion?
He was the managing director of a big building company.
Right, so, yes.
Lots of plans involved.
Yeah, okay. Thank you. So you do recognise this man, that's absolutely wonderful. Because this strength, oh yeah, nice. This strength that's starting to build and build and build with him now, he wants to give to you. And again, we know at this time we are all struggling in one degree or another. But he wants to surround you with this strength. I've also got him here in sort of like a tweedy blazer type. I've got a very nice smart dress to this man. And what's the word? I'm not like a suit and tie man, but I would have my own style. And it was very smart as well. Very, very smart with this man. But yes, he's just bringing in that strength to aid and support you. At this time and this upliftment. It's taken me to the month of April, please, for a remembrance, for an anniversary around that time. Wonderful. Surrender, step in, sir. Good. And also, this gentleman, towards the latter part of his life, his character sort of like flipped around. This is why I'm getting confused here, because I've got this one gentleman at one end stage of life, being very quiet and timid, but then I've also got the same character who is actually really good fun. I loved it. The pubs were open, I'd take him there, but it's just this quiet. Yeah, come on, we need to work more smoothly in this. He's drawing my attention here to water, and he's saying about you. He's saying about you with the emotions have been a little bit turbulent as well. He is doing everything that he can to try and help you to calm those, but he's looking to you to try and help yourself in other ways. I don't know if you're a big reader, but I feel like reading has been put to one side at the moment.
It was, it's just coming back a bit now.
Wonderful, wonderful, because he is bringing this back in because he wants you to pick up books again. That's the key word in there, pick up books again and start looking at those again and losing yourself. You do meditate, whether known to yourself.
I don't meditate, but I think a lot.
Yes, but when you're doing that, when you're sat there, I've got you sat literally like looking out of a window and going away with memory. That is meditation. That is meditation. All right. So yeah, he's just saying you do meditate, you do find that peace. He said, but he just wants to give you that warm embrace here and that strength and that upliftment, and saying, you know, all things will end. All things will end. Yeah, and keep on going with this. It's just taking me into your house environment as well here for this short time. And he's looking around it as though he wouldn't have been familiar with it as well. He's just looking around like with a curiosity, but he quite likes it. He does quite like it. So
I moved, yeah.
you moved, right? So yeah. Well, you'd be glad to know you got his seal of approval. So that's something, isn't it? That's always comforting. But yeah, he is an absolute gent. He is an absolute gent. This is going back some time within the family, and I've got. Do you remember when they used to have that awful machine they used to call the iron lung? Can you take a memory link of that being somewhere back in the family, or somebody either working with people, or somebody actually used one of these? You can't. That's bizarre. That just popped in there. Is that for you? I won't ask you to hold on to it. I don't like sending people away baggage. I think that is somebody just coming in over the back. Thank you. Back to you, sir. Back to you. He's taken his ring off and given it to you. It's like a band of gold. He's just taken it off and passed that over to you. Why have you done that? Right, okay, I'll try that. Symbolically, this band of gold is the eternity. The circle is the eternity of life, continuing on, unbroken, unending. So why have you given it to her? But this gentleman's just saying, okay, you have this in your possession, this ring.
Well, my son's got it now.
Your son's got it now, right. But he's saying, wherever that ring is, I am there also. I am there also. So I was just trying something there of my interpretation and then asking him for the correct interpretation. Wonderful, thank you. But yeah, he's looking at you, lovely eyes. There's a sparkle in these eyes as well. There's character in those early years. There's character. There's, yeah.
He always used to mention my eyes, I've got green eyes, and I remember once I went out and the sun was in my face and he said, I never realised your eyes were so green.
But his eyes as well, he's got that twinkle.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's got that twinkle in. He said, I'm always there. Oh, got a big hand. He's just shaking your hand like that.
Strong.
Yeah, big. But this is it. I wouldn't mess around with them. I wouldn't like to be on the other end of them.
Well, he was the amateur champion boxer in his younger days.
Oh, right, well, there you go. There's another reason why I wouldn't like to be on the other end of them. But yeah, very strong. And he is. He's just such a... Oh, he's a wonderful man. He is a wonderful man. He said, I'll be back. I'll be back. I will be back. All right, bless him. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. Craig, can you understand this condition here, please? Something about an iron lung. Or is this the chamber?
The what, sorry?
The chamber for like divers.
Oh yeah, I used to work on the set.
You can understand that, right? Thank you, because it just slipped in at the side there, and I'm like, what is that? What is that? Right, Gordon. Can you understand the name of Gordon, please, being called out? Not at the moment. So who are you, Gordon? I obviously, again, I am aware of you and your background, but not to any great degree. But I do want to go back in the services with Gordon, and I do want to be somewhere like Malta, that sort of area. Are you stationed out there?
A few of the families stationed down in Malta, yeah.
Yeah, and I want that's where I want to be to pick up on this Gordon link. Are you in the services or not? No, he's not in the services, he's telling me, but it's almost like he ran a bar or something like that where people would gather, because I've got quite the host with this man. Now that resonates with my energies as well, you know, suddenly I want to be on stage. But yeah, he's very much there, and a very cheerful energy coming in here. I am aware of you, that you work within the healing realms on different levels, but he's talking to you about self-healing. Yeah, he's just said that immortal phrase, healer, heal thyself. It is very hard when we are of a supportive and nurturing nature, that sometimes we need to bring that healing back into ourselves, to sit for ourselves, to understand things for ourselves, and most importantly to give that healing to ourselves, he's saying. He's saying, so please spare that a thought. As he's talking, somebody else is coming in here, and I've got a real Cockney accent coming in here. You understand this one? Yeah, because you're all right, Gov, hello, Apple's, I'm getting the whole works coming in here. I've also got with this guy as he's coming in, I've got a bit of a throat at the moment, which is nothing at all, promise. I've got a bit of a throat at the moment, but I know this guy would have suffered within, I want to say the larynx with this guy. And this is services in this energy as well, because I'm standing proper again, it's lovely. Yeah, but he's just, yeah. He's coming in going, all right, me mucker, like that. It's real. Like I was just saying earlier, some people come in a room and they're there. This guy was there front and centre. But he's giving you a lot of strength and support at this time, and especially as you understand why, bringing that in. Your daughter's name just came to mind, and I was just asking, are you there? I'm not feeling a response, but I think that was my mind that generated that, so apologies for that. But I do feel a lady coming in here, and a little lady, and a little bundle of energy lady. I love these ladies, that they they keep on. They're like Duracell. They just go on and on and on. Why are you here? She's just bringing in a little bunch of snowdrops for you as a memory link as well for this new birth, this new time of year. Tell me about Sophie, please. She's just saying Sophie is safe. She is safe. She is being looked after. She's not here. But I'm getting this information from this lady. This is Gran coming through, yeah. She is safe, she is being looked after, and she's resting, she's saying, because it was so sudden, yeah. And she's resting and acclimatising. But she said she's doing really well. I don't know, was this an internal condition here?
Still don't know.
Still don't know, but I just feel like there's a lot of healing coming on here. There's something, don't take my word for it, but this is what I'm being impressed to see. But just rest assured from your Gran here, she is well, she is safe. Have you got like a necklace that belonged to her, or did you give her a little necklace?
Necklace on with their name on it at the moment.
Right, because I'll just ask for a little bit more supporting with that. But yeah, she's just drawn my attention to that just to verify, because it's where I know I didn't know that. So yes, thank you. Who's the man with the shakes on the earth, please?
Probably off the family.
All right. I'll have to take around a few cocktail shakers then. Hey! I've got a gentleman here. I've got very soft skin, so I know I'm dealing with quite an elderly gentleman. And this shake and this almost like a tremor, because I literally couldn't pick up my glass just then. But I know there is like a brother energy coming in for this gentleman. Can you understand that?
My brother.
No, whoever this elderly gentleman is on the earth with the shaky condition, his brother coming in.
I don't know.
You don't know? Okay.
I can't remember.
Right. I just feel there is a brother's energy coming into this gentleman to help him, but they're also acknowledging that you do give a great deal of support also. There. Yeah,
Yeah.
you got that.
Yeah,
Wonderful,
yeah.
wonderful. Because I didn't want to change it to Brother Lee, because A, that's a cop out, but B, you said no, I'm brother.
No, his brother, Michael.
Yeah, he said no, I'm brother. Well, okay.
Yeah.
And just with that little intercourse there, it's sort of like I've got a character with this guy. He was quite upfront, straightforward. And when I say direct, I don't mean direct aggressive me. I just mean this is me, and I don't need your feedback to tell me how good I am. It was great. I love it. Yeah. Please take it with you. Please, that initial message about the self-healing. Self-healing. Just in the mornings, yeah. Hands like that. Mark gave a lovely talk about self-healing. It's on the YouTube channel. And he gave a really nice little technique to try.
He's got back into it now with the self-healing aspect.
Good, good. Keep it up, because it's needed. It really is needed. Thank you.
Thank you.
You know, when you work in mediumistically, your logical side of your brain shuts down, so the most simplest word can so quickly become, I can't get it. Luann's mum. What's her name?
Chris.
Chris! I know your name, and I could not for the life of me find it. Yes, Christine, lovely Christine, lovely Christine. I've got a lady coming in here on a friendship link, and I've got a great deal of fun with this lady. I've got like a sparky, fizzy fireball. I tell you what, if I ran a pub, I would love this lady using my pub, because she's lighting up the room as she comes in, literally, and it's snap, crackle, pop with her as well. I've got a great love of music with this lady as well. I would be right on trend with all the beats and everything and really understand what's going on. And I also know that I've got a great deal of love and respect for you as she's coming in because she is so strong around you. I've got a really good dress sense as well with this lady.
Yeah.
I would, and probably sometimes not the mainstream dress. Do you know what I mean? She would develop her own style,
Yeah.
but carried it off because it was also that personality that was there. But she's around you at the moment, bringing in that energy, that upliftment, and that just that love for you. Because that bond is really strong. She said, "Oh, I've got a love of the fags as well coming in as well with this lady." Yeah,
Grew up together.
yeah. You know what? Every time I try and give up smoking, I get them coming through doing that. I think it's most unfair. But yeah, she's just saying we went through a lot together. She had a lot of scrapes, but you were also always there for each other. When the other one was down, you knew you could get that support and uplift from the other one.
Yeah.
And if you didn't ask for it, they'd give it to you anyway, because they literally would be banging on your door going, come on girl, come on, up, up, up. She's lifting up like a half pint glass in a, there's no airs and graces with this one. She's
Yeah,
great,
yeah.
I like her. She's got like a half pint
Yeah.
glass and, you know,
Barley wine.
oh God. Oh dear. Good old barley wine. I only experimented with that once.
That's her favourite.
Yeah. But yeah, she's saying, come on girl, better times ahead, better times ahead. What are you talking about? Just bringing in, I'll just ask her a little bit more. And I do feel towards the end there was a great deal of issues going on here. In fact, I also feel there was surgery gone on to remove something going on here as well. And I can't say that. I can't quite say what she just said, so I'll put it in a Sunday tone and the fact that I'm in a church. She said, oh, I'm not having any of that. She said, I'm not like that anymore, thank goodness. But yeah, oh gosh, now she's talking. I can't quite keep her quiet now. She's really going for it, and she doesn't mind me even saying that. She just dismissed me and carrying on waffling up here. Who's Eric?
My stepdad.
Right, 'cause she's just talking about Eric
Yeah.
as well. She's just saying, that was a blow.
Yeah, it was.
She said, oh, she
Yeah.
said even us over here went, oh, okay. She said, but don't worry. Yeah,
I'd
she said,
like to apologise to him because I did give him a hard time when I was young.
listen love, I would love a lady in my life giving me an hard time. Most blokes need a lady giving, most blokes would agree that we need a lady giving us a hard time now and then, so, and you can apologise yourself if it's needed, but I don't feel it is.
I did get a chance to say sorry, you know.
Good. But she's just saying, yeah, that she said, well, that was like real out of the blue, but she said, it's all right, everything's good there, Anything else, my darling? You light a candle and think of people.
Yeah.
Yeah, because she said, I love that. She said, I like that. She said, when you do that, she said, one night I'm going to blow it out. She said, that'll frighten you. She said, that'll have you out the door. This is a character, great.
Yeah.
Don't hang around me, love. I couldn't do without all that stuff going on. Yeah, huge amount of love to you and the family. She loves them all. There's quite a link here with her and Lou as well. I know Lou.
She's like one of my daughter's godmother.
Oh, right, because I know through all your daughters that Lou stood head and shoulders. She went, yeah, it's Lou, it's my Lou there. Absolutely lovely lady. And she said, come on, chin up,
Yeah.
go on. Can't see that. All this stuff that we've been through.
Yeah.
Yeah, she said, don't let this get you down.
No.
She said, brighter days will be. What are you saying there? Yeah, just saying, brighter days will be ahead. She said, let the sun shine back in. You'll be fine. You'll be fine. All right. A lot of love. A huge amount of love to you. Is there a memorial to this lady somewhere? You know, like these little stone books you get, or marble books,
Yeah.
as like a headstone or a memorial. But she's just.
My mum's.
All right, she's just drawn my attention to that. And she said, we
And
gather.
her mums.
Oh, right. She just said, we gather round that and we love it.
Oh,
We
yes.
love it. So thank you. All right. Brilliant.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Laurie, for a lovely service. We're just going to ask Laurie for the closing prayer. No rest for the wicked. Thank you.
Well, I've done what I've done. I've enjoyed it. Thank you, everybody, for joining in today. Strange days, but we get that comfort, we get that upliftment, and we get that sense of togetherness. So we're going to draw together now and offer up our thanks, our heartfelt thanks, to those in spirit who work tirelessly around us, be it sensed or unsensed, but always there, always ready to help, just waiting for that invitation in, to add their energies to that of our own, to provide that upliftment that we require so sorely at this time. And we ask too that those energies gathered here within this service, in the real world and the virtual world, be sent out to support those dear ones who work tirelessly within the hospitals and the medical centres. May they find that upliftment, that peace, that strength and that energy to continue on doing that work that they have chosen and elected to do. And that is based in service to others. So is thrice blessed. Amen.
Amen. Again, thank you, Laurie, for a lovely service. And thank you for all those that joined us this afternoon, both in-house and online. And I leave you in God's care and have a lovely week. God bless you all.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Everything.
Apologies for
No.